Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ninecore Neil, and today's video is one that has actually been requested tons of times, and it's been a request for quite a long time. I finally got around to doing it. It's going to be a guitar tour of my full collection of guitars. I'm going to go through them all. I'm just going to talk to you about what I use them for, why I own them and why I like them. And I think I've got some real cool guitars in the collection. In fact, at the moment, I believe this is the nicest collection of guitars that I've ever had, which is another reason for making the video. There's also a couple of guitars for review that I still have that were sent to me by Jackson Guitars. I'll show you those as well, even though I don't actually own them. But first, I just want to say a huge thanks to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. So for those of you that aren't aware, all my riffs and tracks now that I use and that I write for demos, for gear, are now available to listen to on their own, and you can listen to those on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere like that. And I get them online by using DistroKid. If you go down in the description below, there is a link now that is on every video in the description, and that is to get you 7% off DistroKid when you sign up. Now, for less than $20 a year, you can sign up to DistroKid and upload as much music as you want. It's unlimited music, and DistroKid do not take any of your profits. You keep 100% of your sales. We are in a world now where people like myself who make YouTube videos, Instagram videos or whatever are kind of now doing these collaborations with each other to gain more fans, gain more subscribers, gain more views. Now, DistroKid has this thing called splits, and this is a tool that DistroKid provide that makes it easier for you guys to pay your collaborators. So before I take you upstairs to look at my guitar collection, first of all, let's tell you a bit about DistroKid splits. Now, with DistroKid splits, you can add unlimited collaborators to any track. You can change the splits anytime. You can add or remove collaborators anytime. For privacy, collaborators can only see what percentage they get. They can't see what your other collaborators get or even who they are. If your collaborators don't already have a DistroKid account, they'll be able to create one for just $10. If your collaborator never gets around to joining DistroKid, then you can reallocate their money somewhere else, or you can just grab the money for yourself. As always, DistroKid never takes a cut. You and your collaborators keep 100% of your earnings in total. Please don't forget, if you are actually going to use DistroKid, go down there in the description and I have an affiliate link which gets you 7% off and also helps support my channel. So now guys, I'm going to take you upstairs and we're going to have a look through my entire guitar collection. So I've started doing some videos from this room. You've probably seen them, Riff of the Week videos. I use the Driftwood Mini Nightmare IR for those videos and the Zilla 212 vertical cab, which you can see behind there just about, because this room is extremely small. I've moved all the guitars in shot, they're usually over there behind the camera. Anyhow, I'm going to start with this guitar, which I just have here already out of its box. I don't have a case for this guitar yet. This guitar lives in this EVH box here behind me. This is the EVH 5150 standard. It's the 2021 model. I absolutely love this guitar. In fact, I'm playing it more and more. The more I get used to it and the more I own it, I'm feeling more comfortable with it and using it more than I actually expected. This is kind of the guitar that I seem to reach for at the moment. Anyway, it's got the kill switch on there. It's got the Wolfgang pickups. It's a great guitar. It sounds very clean. It's got the EVH D-tune on as well. I don't use that D-tuner as much as I thought I actually would, funnily enough. I don't seem to use it that much. The guitar's in E standard and I change it to drop D. It's Mexican made, beautiful finish on the neck. The neck is not Jackson thin, but it's not regular CHARVEL San Dimas thickness either, like the Mexican ones. It's kind of in between. Maybe that's why I like it. Very comfortable to play, beautiful frets. I'm not sure whether they're jumbos or not. Maybe there must be a reason why I play this guitar a lot at the moment, and I can't really think what it is. It's just a very playable guitar. So that's the first one, the EVH 5150 standard, but I sit with it regularly downstairs, you know, in front of the TV, noodling and that without it even plugged in. The next guitar, which lives in this case here, is another EVH. This is my standard Wolfgang in spaltered maple. Very light guitar, basswood body, like all the EVHs, like the other one over there. Got a really nice heel on it there. This guitar is actually in drop C sharp, so The E, or what would be the low E, is dropped down to drop C sharp, and the rest of the guitar is like in drop tuning, so your power chords can... I went years without using drop tuning, and now it's definitely my favourite type of tuning. I don't know what the reason is, but this is actually my favourite tuning as well. For those of you that have asked in the past, I'm going to start rapping. For those of you that have asked, drop C sharp I think is my favourite tuning. Drop D is just a touch too high. Drop C is a bit low for me. I feel like sometimes it sucks a bit of life out of the tone of the guitar. So drop C sharp is a really nice tune, and I like it, and I got into it actually playing a couple of Lamb of God riffs, and I thought, well, I really like this tuning, and yeah, so it's become my favourite tuning. I only have this guitar in that tuning at the moment, but I'm hoping to get another one of my guitars in the tuning. There is a new guitar coming in a couple of weeks, the Brandon Ellis Kelly 2021, the Green Crackle model. That is coming, it's just a matter of weeks, so wait that. And that guitar will probably be the other guitar that I have in drop C sharp tuning as well. So I really like this guitar. It's got custom nail bomb pickups in there by bare knuckle pickups. They've actually my logo on. Absolutely beautiful. Again, very clean sounding guitar. Those pickups are very powerful, very meaty and very clear. They are the Ninecore versions, not the ceramic. So I'll just bob that away. I don't know how many I have actually. Just move that for you. This guitar here it's got such sentimental value to me. This guitar is, and always will be, my favourite live guitar. I've used this guitar live for many years. There are only two other guitars that I've ever used live, and those two guitars were taken with me as spares, you know, in case anything went wrong with this guitar, which it actually did. One gig it fell over in its case out of the boot, it slid and then hit the floor, and when I got it out, the tuning had gone a bit, the trem must have taken a knock or something, so I reset it up a couple of days later and got that sorted out. For me, the King V is my one and only live guitar. It's my first choice, should I say, my first choice live guitar every time. It's got EMGs in it, an 821 and a 60. You can even coil tap them, which is pointless in my opinion with EMGs, but there you go. For me, they could take that tone control out as well, but great guitar, stood the test of time. But the reason it has sentimental value is because when I got my Jackson Guitars endorsement, this was my first Jackson that I ordered. I was really nervous and things about it, and when it turned up I had to wait a while for it because I pre-ordered it, and when it came I got it out of the box. I knew just by picking it up and holding it that it balanced perfect, and I knew that this was going to be a guitar that just fitted like a glove. And like I say, ever since then it's been my number one live guitar. It's Snow White with black bevels. They still do this guitar, it's that popular. They still have it in their range now, and this guitar is 2012, I think I got it, so it's nine years old. You know, this guitar is in drop C. Live I used to use drop C and drop B, and I used the Digitech drop pedal to do that and to get me down so I could still use this guitar because I love it that much. And it's in tune, and I hardly use it anymore. But I'll never sell this guitar unless I ultimately absolutely have to for some reason. Trem still, look at the trem, it looks a bit old now, but the trem is still nice and level. I've just not, like I say, the amount of rehearsals I've done when I've got this out of its box, out of its case, sorry, and it's just been bang on in tune, and I just know it's always going to be in tune when I get it out, so it's just such a reliable guitar for me. It's only ever had one setup as well, ever in its life. I forgot who did that one for me now. But yeah, that will always be my favourite live guitar, just because of the way it balances, the way the neck sits up. It makes it easy and comfortable to play, and I like pointies when I've stood up. The Jackson Monarch is also nice live guitar, by the way. I sold my Monarch which was my main standing guitar if anything went wrong. I wish I hadn't. This guitar here, this box here, this is a guitar that was sent to me for a review. Well, the Jackson guys, they like to get my opinion on guitars, and I am quite privileged to do that for them, and also at the same time as giving my opinion on the models, I get to play them and make videos for you guys and show you them at the same time, which is cool. This guitar shocked me and surprised me. I knew people would want to see it, so I put it on my list of guitars to try out, and when it came, it reminded me why I loved the Jackson Swirl. It's made in Indonesia. I don't know what tuning, just in standard tuning. So yeah, it's a winter camo, this one, and the finish on it is fantastic. The satin finish, I'm really big on satin necks. The action is probably the lowest out of all my guitars. It's ridiculously easy to play. Got the Laurel fingerboard on, that's why it's a bit more grainy. Rosewood isn't a thing anymore after the lack of rosewood everywhere. Floyd Rose Special, winter camo finish. I'm not too fussed about the actual camo on the guitar, but I do love the guitar. They do this in what colour is it in now? I think it's just satin black, plain satin black with gold hardware. It's an SLX DX, you know, it's the X series Jackson, very affordable. I love it. These are very much like EMGs. I did a test one between the other, and if the guitars would have had the same strings on and whatnot, they probably would have sounded very alike indeed. The first thing I noticed when I plugged it in was how awesome they are. They're very tight. This next guitar here in a box, this massive Jackson box, is also a review guitar. I've not played this one as much as I thought I would. Whoops. Tong. Ting. Oh Jesus. So this guitar here, I'll just get rid of that for now. It's stuck around the damn thing. So this guitar is a DK2X, I believe. Let me check. Somebody will. It is DK2X, and it's the HT, which stands for hardtail. This is made in Indonesia. The neck, the finish on the neck is, you can see how pale that neck is. It's very satiny, beautifully smooth neck, and the action again on this one is just ridiculously low. I don't know what it is about the X series. You seem to, every X series that I've owned, the action has always been scraping the frets, sorry, and always been super low on all the X series ones. They're kind of like affordable, you know, affordable Jacksons, and I really like them. I do like this bridge quite a lot, by the way. Again, Jackson active pickups, the same as in the other guitar, but these ones haven't got Jackson wrote on them, they're not branded. They sound fantastic. The ones in this guitar tends to have a bit of a better, more angry growl to it than the other one for some reason, but I don't really know why. But yeah, great guitar on a budget. Not sure how much they are. It's just a lone guitar, review guitar. They've got the reverse classic reverse headstock on there, which I absolutely love because I'm from that era when Jacksons used to have as many guitars with reverse headstocks as they did the normal headstocks. So yeah, I do say regularly that this is my favourite guitar that I have ever owned, and it is. I have some FU tone screws and Trent screws and you know, titanium mods to do to this guitar, but because I love the damn thing and the way it feels and plays already, I've not done them yet, but eventually it will have green titanium screws in. But I just love the way the guitar looks. It looks amazing. It's a Pro Series, this one, DK2 Pro Series in Green Glow Ash it's called. The neck on all the Korean Jacksons and CHARVELs, by the way, are slightly less of a handful than the Mexican ones for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's just a touch flatter, less of a handful, like I say, a touch thinner. But absolutely love the way the guitar looks, love the way it plays. Yeah, and I think that's why I say it's my favourite guitar. So this one is in drop C because I wanted a guitar that I could put on my knee in drop C. I keep rhyming all the time. Obviously the King V, I don't play it at home at all because you can't put it on your knee, it falls off. Unless you strap it to your body, but then you might get a bit of backache or whatever. So this guitar for me is my home guitar in drop C. That might change, you know, now I've got into a drop C sharp. But yeah, this is what I call my favourite guitar. I think this is like my precious baby because I just absolutely love the way it looks, and I love the neck, the way the neck feels, and the finish on it. So that's what I call my favourite. The Jackson logo actually on the headstock is like, it's like this kind of thing, what you get on an amp, like screwed on, it's not printed on, which obviously with the sandblasted finish you can't really do that. Next I'm going to show you, I'll have to move some stuff around now, excuse me, you're going to see my ass. Right, so the next guitar I'm going to show you is another DK2. You guys love this. I've never heard bad things said on my channel about the guitar. Everybody just seems to absolutely love it. Oh, the case, by the way, is one of these, they call it a gig bag case. It's hard shell, but it is gig bag material. It's super light, and for keeping guitars, you know, at home like I do at the moment, just to start them, these are perfect and more affordable than obviously like a Gator style case or whatever. So this one is my neon pink DK2, super low action, and what I can say is, although the neck is a touch more, and I mean a smidgen of a touch more of a handful than the Korean one, because this one is made in Mexico. It's in drop D, this one. Yeah, it's the easiest guitar to play that I think I own, as far as actions are concerned, and the bridge is really sunk into the body there. I don't know if you can see how low profile it actually is there. It's quite low set in there. Love the guitar. It's virtually the same as the Korean one minus the cutaway there and the touch more of a handful on the neck, but love the way it looks. Like I said, made in Mexico. It's got the JB set in there, no coil split. It's just a great guitar, and it's been in lots of my videos. Needs a string change. Oh god. Needs a string change. It's starting to smell a bit foisty. You know when strings get old, they start stinking. A bit nickely, a bit funny. So yeah, love that guitar. Some brands send me stuff and let me keep it. The good folks at Legato sent me this wireless system. That's the latest thing that I've been sent and I'm allowed to keep. Thank you very much. It's fantastic. That's the WS80, the cheapest model actually. I had a choice between a few, and I chose that one because I like to keep things affordable for everybody. It's only a wireless system, if it works, you know, it works. So this is the second to last guitar that I'm going to show you today, because there's only one more that I have, but that's downstairs, so we're going to have to go back down. This is my ridiculously beautiful voice. It's still got that newness smell, this. I don't know why, but this particular guitar has kept that gorgeous new painted guitar smell about it. This is a CHARVEL Sandeema's neon pink ash, and I know I've said the other one is my the other sandblasted ash Jackson is my favourite. I do play this one more for some reason, and I don't know why, and it's a bit like the EVH 5150 over there that I showed you earlier. I sit around with it not plugged in the living room, jamming it quite a lot. The neck's absolutely gorgeous on this. Again, because it's made in Korea, for some reason the neck is less of a handful than the Mexican CHARVELs, for sure. And I think that's why it appeals to me. I really love it. In fact, I love it that much that I almost bought the old yellow version of this guitar just so I could have two of them. Got DiMarzio pickups in there, super distortions, Good pickups. I like them a lot. They sound particularly good with digital stuff, you know, like plugins and stuff like that. Plugins and digital pedals or whatever than they actually do with an amp, in my opinion, just my experience, or at least other than EVHs. I really like them. Tons of gain there, obviously. The keys in the name, Super Distortion. Ebony board on it. Frets are beautiful and glossy. I think that neck and everything is behind why I like the guitar so much. This was in drop D. So this guitar is one of those guitars that kind of begs you to play it almost. So I might be sat downstairs thinking about guitars like we do for guitarists. I might think, oh, I just fancy a go on that, you know, Pink Sandimas. And I'll get it out and have a blast on it. So it's one of those guitars that's kind of calls to you, play me, almost, that type of thing. Along with the other Ash. I'd have all my guitars in this sandblasted finish if I could, because I just love it. It's just fantastic. There's a few versions of them out now. I don't know how long they're going to be around, because Ash it's running out. The world is running out of Ash. So I'm not sure how long they're going to be available. So if you are wanting one, then get one, because there's a disease. I don't know much about it, but there's a disease that's attacking the ash trees, and that's what's causing it to die off and run out, and one day we'll have no ash, which is absolutely awful for somebody like me who loves ash on ash bodied guitars, but it's also awful for the damn trees. So there's one more guitar to show you. That's back downstairs. We're going to take you back down, and then that will be the end of the video. What I want to say is, please comment below on which of my guitars you think would be your favourite, which one you like the most. Let me know what you think of my collection, because seriously, I have never had a collection of guitars that is as good as the one that I have right now. It's really a strong collection of guitars in my opinion. They all sound different, they all do different things, and at the moment I don't have a band or anything, because the band that I was going to be in all fell to pieces in lockdown, bit by bit, piece by piece. So I'm only doing videos like this, showing you gear and obviously playing for fun and putting my stuff, my riffs on iTunes, Spotify and places like that, using good old DistroKid. So yeah, that's it. We'll do an amp tour, maybe, if anyone's interested, or maybe even a pedal tour, I don't know. But yeah, I'll take you back downstairs now, and I'll show you the last Jackson and the cheapest Jackson, and one of the Jacksons that I've played probably the most out of all my Jacksons. So let's go back downstairs. Okay, so we are back downstairs now, and obviously when I was upstairs, this was a bit of a last minute thing. The reason that this guitar nearly got forgotten about is because it just stands here all the time. It is the JS range, and it's just there because I can leave it out, you know, like I've seen in other videos. All the dogs can run past it, and I'm not scared about them knocking it over. It's not one of my precious babies. Having said that, it sounds fantastic, it plays fantastic, and I'm going to keep it forever. I'm thinking about putting my custom Voodoo pickups, which will be here shortly, in there instead of the Jackson ones. But having said that, there's nothing wrong with those Jackson pickups. They sound great, very clean, quite a lot of bite, very versatile, can play anything on them. You know, I really like that. I've compared them to a JB before, and some guys actually preferred the Jackson pickups. Another thing about this guitar is that the newer ones don't have this type of bridge. They don't have this stop tail type bridge, and that's the main reason I love the guitar, and I think that's one of the reasons why the guitar sounds so awesome as well, because the strings are lifted up that high. There's plenty of room around the strings. The body on this guitar is thinner than a regular Dinky. This is the JS32Q, and it's made in China, believe it or not, but it looks fantastic. Obviously it's absolutely positively filthy. I'll just show you how filthy it actually is, that guitar. It needs a good clean, that's for sure. There's all sorts on it, but yeah, this is down here just So when I'm, you know, there's a big ding on it there actually. So when I have a riff idea, I might be sat through there in the living room and I might just think, oh, I've just got an idea for a riff there. And I'll pick up this guitar, or I might be waiting for my wife to get ready before we go out, and I just might want a quick jam. So rather than fire up the amps and everything, I'll just sit down with this guitar and plug into the Moore GE300 behind me there and have a quick play. The neck's really comfortable, quite a nice finish on it, but yeah, nothing wrong with this guitar. I really love it, and that's why it's been here since, whew, I'm not sure how many years I've even had this guitar. I reckon 4 years. 3-4 years I've had this guitar, and like I said, it's got a couple of dings on it, nothing major. It just stands there over on the stand and I don't have to worry about it, and it's a guitar I can just pick up and play. It doesn't have to live in a case because it's a cheap guitar. Just because it's a cheap guitar to me doesn't mean it is for everybody. Some guys play these JS's and swear by them and they don't feel like they need a more expensive guitar, you know, which speaks for itself. And also some guys can only afford obviously one of those guitars, but it's fine. I could do a gig with that guitar and it would be perfectly fine and I would feel perfectly confident and comfortable too. So there you go, that's the guitar talk. Please do not forget to let me know what your favourite is, and let me know what you think of the collection, because like I say, it's the best collection that I've ever had all in one lump at one time. It's quite a big collection. There's guys with tons more guitars than I have, but there's guys with a lot less as well. I'm very fortunate to be an endorser of EVH Jackson Charvel, which you know, I'm very lucky and privileged to have that, and I definitely wouldn't own all these guitars if I didn't have that. But yeah, like I said upstairs, they don't pay me to do these videos. So thank you very much. Please subscribe, click the bell. The Brandon Ellis Kelly Pro Series, the Green Crackle, is as good as on its way by the time you watch this video, so that's one good reason for sticking around. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all later.